Who needs a car to go on a date when you have your own running soulmate?
One of them is really fast, one of them is really slow.
Real slow.
It's the Running Podcast Show.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of the SoleMates Running Podcast. You excited?
First time.
Yeah, that was
Like
good
it.
actually.
Why are you looking at that?
Because I was breaking the fourth wall.
Right, but we're there.
And there, hundreds of cameras.
Whole new setup this week. We've invested in our tech. We spent £3.99.
No, I don't think
We're
we look at
flying.
him. I don't think we
We
look
don't
at the
look at that
camera.
at
We
all.
pretend it's not there.
Right. And for the first time, this is going out in video.
I know.
Look at the people. Hi, people. So, if we can make the edit work, this will be out in video or audio, whatever people prefer.
If you prefer not to see Ryan's face, you can just switch to audio only.
And I would completely understand that.
Yeah, you would.
I would, because I'm a miserable git, and we're going to talk about running, which was also a miserable experience, and I'm going to be even more miserable than usual.
Yeah, I just want to apologise to everyone in advance because I do think you're going to be a little bit of a negative Nancy during this episode.
I'm going to try not to be, because we left this, we're on Friday, race was on Sunday. I think if you'd have got me on Monday and Tuesday, I might have set fire to the podcast, my trainers, everything else.
For anyone who didn't listen to the first episode, Ryan and I raced the Hampton Palace half marathon a week ago in Surrey. And we'd been training for that for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Since November.
Yeah, November 2025. So it was a really good training block. We both had very minimal injuries, very consistent block, and we had race day on Sunday.
Went in with pretty high hopes. High hopes of a good day.
High hopes and dreams.
High hopes and dreams. And it didn't feel like a dream. It felt like high hopes and expectations rather than dreams.
But so, do you want to start?
No, I want you to, because I think we should start up here and then let me drag it right back down.
No, it wasn't that bad. You're very dramatic.
No, it wasn't. But it was not a great day.
So this is a race you've done 3 times. I've done twice now. And yeah, I was very excited for it. And as you could see, if you are watching the video, we both did complete the race, hence the medals. But yeah, I was dead excited for this one. I really enjoyed it the first year I done it, but I was injured. I trained quite well for this one, actually. And I think I could have possibly shaved off quite a good chunk of my half marathon PB. Everything kind of went well on the lead up to race day. I'm on placement just now as a student physio, and I think I'd have done about 4 weeks of placement before the race. So I was probably feeling quite tired, but I was in a good routine and getting good night's sleep
Getting
and
the
stuff.
runs in. You were squeezing them in round life.
But I felt like remained pretty consistent. And on the week leading up to race day, I am notoriously unwell, and I started to feel like I was getting the cold, and on the Monday before, I was trying absolutely everything, every remedy under the sun to try and keep the cold at bay.
That's actually why we spent £3.99 in the podcast equipment, because we spent £400 the week before on every remedy known to man.
But I'm going to share some remedies because I think they absolutely worked, because I've not got a great immune system. But I was fine on race day because, one, I tried the Manuka honey with, what's the stuff that's in it? MS... Oh, no, it's definitely not that. It's got something in it, and you can either get like 100, I don't think it's grams, but you can get
milligrams
or something, 100 or 250, whatever it is. I'm not explaining it really well. Maybe on the video I could do a pop-up of it on the screen. But it's expensive honey from Marks and Spencer's.
Oh, of course it's from Marks and Spencer's, not just any Manuka honey.
Yeah. And if you want to order it, message me and I'll send you a picture of it. But found this from Marks and Spencer's and had a spoonful of it from the Monday up to race day, and it's got like bacterial agents in it, and it's good for like anti-inflammatory and stuff. So spoonful of that every day.
I'm pure fear we're straining into like conspiracy theories that
I don't care.
Like-
I don't care. I'll take it for the rest
I'm
of my
going to put a
days.
massive warning across the top of the screen saying
Yeah.
this is not medical advice.
Yeah, it's not. But then I also tried a first defence spray, scooshed it up my nose, and I was fine for race day. So
You were saying you were fine, but you literally had snotters running down your face
yeah,
for 3 days.
I know, but I was fine. You have to fake it
was
till
a
you make
lot.
it.
It was a lot. So I was actually going down there. We drove down, and going down there, I was more fearful for your experience than my own at that point. Not that I was complacent.
You
but
are so selfless.
I was thinking, she's going to be no well. She's going to no run, because I think there was a point in the week when you were debating whether you were going to run or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we overlooking a massive, starting with the real positives of the race?
I spoke about them already.
These? What did you say?
I said if you're watching the video, you'll know that we've ran the race because look at our medals.
Oh, I know, but like, you've not flashed that thing.
It is a beautiful medal.
Hold it up. Let the people see. The people have to know. Can you get closer?
You tell me off because my microphone's on it.
Look at this. Who's that in the medal?
Boy George.
Henry the
8th.
8th.
Listen up, let me tell you a story. 6.
Oh, we listened to the soundtrack practically the whole way down.
Yeah, is that Henry VIII?
Henry VIII, isn't it? So Henry VIII, associated with Hampton Palace. Don't know if he built it. Not given the history
He was
lesson.
there, actually.
But there was a guy dressed up as him who helped to start the race off. Again, you've covered that lovely course, flat. It's what you kind of hope for.
Would you say it's lovely?
It is.
Upon reflection.
Okay. Lovely course in as much as it's got the potential for you to run fast.
Does it though?
Well, it does, because I've done it in the past 2 years ago.
I know, but I refuse to believe it.
People think Edinburgh Marathon, half marathon course is really fast. It's like reputationally fast. There was only an 8-second difference for me between there and there at that point. So
yeah, I mean,
I think it is a fast course relative to, like, if you were doing, where did we watch? We watched, you were showing me Ryan Thompson what ate before. What was that one? Was that Bath or Cambridge? Bath. The Bath half marathon. Like, that finishes on a hill, an actual proper hill. There's nothing like that. There's just the cross country section that was spoken about.
There's a few hills as well, mind. I think if you're on the edge, which you've done it once where you were flat out and on the edge, but the other 2 times you've had to pull back the pace. Yeah. So I think when you're running flat out, that hill at the end going onto the grass it's a bloody hill.
I don't know. I think it's there for the taking on the right day with the right conditions. But either way, we woke up to blue skies, crisp, clear, the kind of day that you dream of in terms of the temperature. Not too warm. It was warmer than I thought it was going to be, actually. I had sleeves on and they were down within like 2 kilometres. Really was feeling when the direct sun was out. But we got that element that the wind you don't see but can kill you on the day. We got the wind.
Yeah. It looked beautiful until it didn't.
And I think we had very different experiences because of how we tackled the race. Give us yours first, because you did have a positive day. I think at this point we chuck in that you did get a small PB and
4 seconds.
Not to be sniffed at.
All 4 seconds.
Not what you were aiming for, but I think the conditions.
No.
No,
not what I was aiming for. Listen, I woke up feeling good. I woke up feeling grateful to be able to race at any sort of full potential, because at the start of the week I thought, game's a bogey. I'm going to have to either not run or I'm going to have to just run easy. So I was delighted in the morning to feel healthy enough to run it, because I have experienced heartbreak in the past. Just pause there, add some violins.
Do you want me to put some wee violins in the background?
I'm going to look really sad for a second.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's the past. Let's move on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was delighted in the morning and I was just going to go for it, because I think I'm too, what's that word where you're a little bit like fear?
Conservative.
Yeah, sometimes. And I thought, just go off. Just go for it,
Just
Ed.
go off, bitch.
Yeah, just go for it. So yeah, I was excited. I wasn't really nervous. I had the alpha flies on, feeling good.
Looking good.
Looking all right. I was when I started the race, I tried to go for a sub 45.
1:45.
sub 1:45.
Yeah.
And yeah, I felt quite good at the start. The start of the course is a 5 kilometre cycle path, and at the end just a small riser. And that was good. No wind or anything at that point. Bang on pace. Banked a couple of seconds, and then you kind of go off and you go out, and the course becomes a lot more quiet. Very narrow at points. The one downfall about this race for me, and I know we have different experiences for where we kind of place ourselves in the field, you're obviously a lot faster. Where I run, there's obviously a lot more people. At a point of this course, when you're coming back in, you go, is it a canal?
It's the Thames. It's a river.
Is that? It's not a canal though.
No, it's the river.
So I
path.
keep calling it a canal.
It's the river.
Yeah,
the river towpath.
Yeah, we go onto a very, very narrow path on the other side of the river, and we came, and this has been for both years that I've done it, we came to a complete standstill because of how many people are trying to funnel into the one small space. Complete standstill, crash into each other. This year I knew it might happen, so I kind of pulled myself back a little bit, but the people in front of me are all like smashing into each other. Yeah. It's just not great at all.
I don't think, because that is not a one-off, we actually watched a video of the previous year's race. Because my niece was running, I wanted to show the course, just let her know what she was in for, and we watched a video that you popped up in, funnily enough.
Several times, and randomly. I will beat you again. Man who videoed it.
But that was also that year standstill. That comes down to race organisation at that point. They need to factor in that they're letting too many people go at the same time in the same group, instead of just one more wave 5 minutes apart.
But then I wonder how many people are actually raising it to people, because I've done it twice now and I've never raised it to anyone. Yeah. There's not a marshal there at that point.
I had to run through must look at videos of their events on YouTube and stuff. Yeah. Though, and I clicked into more than one video and I saw that.
Yeah, I mean it's enough room for one person to pass by. Yeah. You would think, oh, maybe that's too narrow.
Well, so it doesn't happen. I went off in the first wave and it doesn't happen at that point. It gets tight. And I know exactly where you mean, but especially because I'd seen the video. But it's obviously just the flow of people. There's just too many hitting by the point. There's too many people off at the same time. Easily remedied. Just spread the field more on setting them off. Because it's tight windows. It was like 9 o'clock for wave 1, 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, and that was it for 5,000 people. I'm sure I heard somebody saying. So it seems to me an easy enough fix. But that aside, you started.
Yeah, it started really well, but then after that kind of, on the canal path, the wind was absolutely slamming me in the face. Yeah. And I just thought, you're fucking joking me. I was like, it doesn't look like it should be windy at all.
So that was like 5k.
I think that was about 6.
And then you turned, so 6k, you're really...
7k.
We turned the corner at 6, and it was just... And it's hard to describe to people, but you've got, because you're on that canal path, you've got the shopping centre on the one side, and the wind is just, it's like a tunnel. Yeah. And it was just blasting.
It was, and at that point I thought, right, I need to really dig in here, because this wind will help me on the way back. So kind of tried to grit my teeth, and I could just feel it was taking so much out of me because I was trying to remain on pace, but I am stubborn, and I tried so hard to keep it where it should be. From there, the wind didn't ease at all, really, for me. I felt like it was windy the whole way back. Tried to keep on pace as much as I can. Even 10k in, I was thinking, I've got this in the bag. I was like, wow, I'm going to get a 144 something if I can keep it here. And I felt so good. My heart was absolutely just... It was way low for a half marathon for me, I think in the 160s until the end. But yeah, I was really delighted, like, while I was running. I felt very positive the whole time. But I was just a bit gutted because I was like, fucking, the wind is absolutely, it was taking the sting out of everything. And it wasn't taking my breath away as much, but my legs started feeling tired after 10k because you're just trying to you're trying to lift your knees through the wind. And it was so windy.
We both had the same experience of not being able to find a group as well to slow into, didn't we? Which for you is...
Usually I can find one.
I'm more surprised because obviously if you've got that congestion at 6, You'd think you'd find somebody at your pace to slot in, but I had nobody. The group in front of me were too quick, but too quick by just a bit, so I could see them. They weren't like racing away, and the group behind were just not closing enough.
Yeah.
So I ended up really isolated in that wind, and it was disheartening for sure.
Yeah.
Looking at the splits of what we were doing, that 6k through 10, very slight, or very gradual incline, not massive, not a massive hill, but in the wind, as you said, you're working hard, you're working harder, and I mispaced, I miscounted. I had spent that much time. I was training initially for a 126, knew that wasn't on. Had then, I think I said in episode 1, had set my sights on sub 130 with 128 on a good day, and I ran for the 128. But what I didn't do actually was remind myself of the pace of the 130, what was needed.
All
So I
right.
had this pace for 128 in my head. I knew I had to be at a certain per kilometre split average. And as I was hitting that 9 point whatever K, I was finding it really tough to hold it. What I didn't know until afterwards and really annoyed myself, and I think this is why I was so disappointed, was I was still well under pace for a 130 at that point. I was actually working far too hard. If I would have just set my sights back to, I had another 5 or 6 seconds a K to play with, and I would have still been on par for sub 130. So I actually burned myself out chasing 128, and I wasn't doing it like proactively in my head, just lack of preparation,
Yeah.
probably. Um, and I got so disheartened. I hit 9 point something K, head started saying, you can't hold this pace. I was trying to do the thing I do, which is check in with myself and say, are your legs okay? They were heavy, but just as because I was working hard, lungs and heart were okay. I was in the 160s, same as you, exactly where you should be, maybe even under for me on a half. But my head just didn't have the confidence to say you can hold the pace. And I think there's something in that for me about I had a good block, but I've always been a bit like this where my progress comes in clumps because once I start to do it, I believe I can do it. But see, until I've done it, I'm still not telling myself the right positive stories.
Yeah.
And I chucked it looking at the I mentally chucked it looking at the splits right at the top of the gradual incline. Right before we were due to go around the corner, took my first gel and I actually stopped. I didn't stop dead. I walked to take my gel, tried to have a quick word with myself, but see when I did that, my head was away. I was in that place for the next 5k of going, do I even want to finish this? I properly huffed and fell out with myself. So I think sometimes you just need to own that and say, I made an arse of that myself.
Yeah.
And I was really disappointed with not my time, because by that point I completely eased off, got round it, finished it. It wasn't the time at all factor. I was really disappointed that I wasn't mentally stronger to go there. And I was then later, I was really disappointed that I made such a stupid rookie mistake of why did you not know your pace for 130? I was only concentrating on the upper one,
Yeah.
the ego. I should have known what I was having to run, because I think that would have changed the mental conversation of going, you're absolutely fine, take 3k at this
Yeah.
easier pace, get back on, because then we turned them with the gradual downhill with a tailwind. So we were up,
When?
well,
When?
we were uphill and the headwind, and then at the point at 10 when you turned and went under the bridge, back down towards my sister's house.
Oh, yeah.
Once we got there, you're on a gradual decline with a tailwind, but by that point, my head's gone.
Yeah.
And you had fought through that bit
Yeah.
and still turned with positivity, and we're still. I mean, your splits were very even.
I think they were falling off the pace a little
That's what
bit,
you were saying. They were just under.
like 3 or 4 seconds over where I should have been, but still quite a considerable PB for me where I was. And then kind of, like you say, you have that part where you got a bit of a tailwind. And for me, looking back and taking the positives from it, you can see where I'm fighting with the wind, and then you can see where I've came out of the wind.
Yeah.
I actually felt this huge... When the wind came off, I was straight back on pace and like didn't feel, and my heart wasn't changing or anything like that. It was I was just getting battered by the wind. So at that point I was thinking, right, come on, just get back on it. You might not get a sub 145, but you're going to get a big PB here as long as the wind stays off.
Yeah.
So got past that part where you got a lovely kind of gradual downhill.
For about 3.5, 4K.
Yeah.
Slightly downhill with the wind at your back, which was where I could see in your splits where you got your breather and got back on pace. My head was gone. It was a real mental lesson, and I know I very rarely stop in a race. Done it a couple of times over all the races I've done, but see, once I've done it once, my head's like, that's it.
So I stopped twice in this race.
But I can't get my head back on if I do that. It's like that's something to work on for sure.
Yeah.
You do all that bloody 16, 18 weeks and then let yourself down with.
And I'm talking like I think I did have a positive mental experience in it as well, but there was times where I nearly canned it, and no, I didn't. But I stopped twice, like I said.
Questioning yourself though, like
so when we had that kind of downhill part, you go back onto the first path that you go on, the big 5K path. But by that point, the wind was hammering that way again. So I thought we were going to turn.
The wind was coming off the river, and diagonally into you, so not as bad as a actual full headwind, but not helping in any way.
No.
It felt tough.
And by that point, I was nowhere near anyone, and I knew it's going to be a tough 5K. But like grin and bear it, I tried to tell myself at that point that was the last 5K and forget about the cross country element at the end. I walked for a second to take on my gel, I think. Yeah, no, I walked for a second to take on some water at the water station on that, and I was thinking, and I was just by that point going, no, lost it here a little bit because the wind was just hammering, and then I thought, and I knew the next part
was the toughest.
Was the last 3K is, there's a hill, there's a couple of hills actually, there's grass, there's mud, there's tired people everywhere,
and that hill is the hill on the course. That's an actual hill, rather than just
and I think what took the sting out of me was coming to 18K. You have a small hill to come off the path. You then turn and you get onto the grass, and I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna have a tailwind because I'm going back that way because we've just been hammered by the wind. We didn't, and by that point I was like, fuck this. I was like completely off pace. Yeah, I walked some of the hill up the hill about 5 paces, and I told myself off and started running again. And yeah, just kind of grinned and bared it. I think I only got massive wind maybe like a K&a-half, and then you kind of turn a corner, and then.
But it was the first K&a-half again up the hill when you turned.
It was brutal.
That was the worst wind of the day because you're in. It's hard to describe, but it's like a farm track road. But it's in Bushy Park.
Yeah.
It's this massive. It's so exposed.
Bushy Park.
Is that not in? Is that not the back end of Bushy Park? Oh no, it's not. It's in the grounds of Hampton Palace. It's in the grounds of Hampton Palace beside Bushy Park. But it's huge.
It's exposed.
Just there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And you've got these farm track roads that you're trying to run down, and that wind when you turned the corner, run up. That wind when you turned was just like by that point I was just trying to get done.
Yeah.
And it was like the never ending, being on the Travelator and the Gladiators.
I was kind of looking at this point, looking at my overall average time. And I think it went from kind of sitting at 5 minutes a kilometre until about 14, 15K. And it slowly crept down into like a 5:07 or a 5:08. And I was thinking, I think my PV is an average pace of like 5:08 or a 5:07, and I was going, oh, is that a 5:06? So I absolutely hammered the last 2K to try and slip under, and I finished the race going, I think it was a half marathon PB. It wasn't a PB chip time wise because I ended up doing like 300 metres extra for some reason. But I knew when my watch clicked on a half marathon, I was like, I'm either going to be a second or two under this or a second over it. Time, and knowing my luck, I just kind of thought, oh, I'm going to be a second over that.
Your actual PB wasn't on your Strava because the last time you set it, the course measured short on your watch.
Yeah, it was the Glasgow Green one.
And the winter warmer.
Yeah, so my PB was 1 hour 47:55, and I think I clocked on Strava a 1 hour 47:51 or something like that.
Those people will be after you that check the difference between your...
Come at me.
Aye, come
Come
at me, bro.
Come at me.
You'll be like these influencers claiming a PB.
A 147. But yeah, I was happy with it because I feel that there's more potential there.
Well, you
and
finished
also
the work right as rain.
it was a brutal day. It was just, the course was hard. You spoke to Ellie, our friend Ellie, who was working on the Brooks tent, and she'd spoke to the winner, hadn't she?
Yeah.
And he
Ellie
struggled.
said the winner had said to, I think, the group that were talking to him, time-wise was nothing like he was chasing because of the wind. It would have impacted everybody at every pace.
Yeah.
What it did do was probably rule out maxing out your time on the day. It's like, no matter how good a course is, if you're running into a headwind for half the course and you don't get the full benefit of the tailwind the other half because you're in like the towpath and you're turning like it's always going to be a tough ask.
Mind you, that guy still did manage a 1 hour and 11 or something ridiculous
he
like
just beat
that.
me.
Yeah.
He just beat me. He nearly lapped me on the 5k segment. But yeah, so for me it was one to forget. It was a wee lesson in there.
I don't think it's one to forget though. I think it's one to remember.
Yeah, I know, but it's not going to live long in the memory in terms of living up to expectations. But
No.
definitely there's learning, and I've never had a race where there's not learning to be done, good, bad or indifferent. So other positive on the day, Macy,
Yeah.
my niece, came down off the back of a very unorthodox training plan.
Yeah.
2 runs in 14 weeks or something like that. And PB'd.
And that's how the cookie crumbles, folks.
And ran really, really strong. Now, she'd set out for a sub 2 hour. Wasn't there again. I think the wind probably is bigger factor.
I mean, I think she would have slipped it under if it wasn't so windy.
I was there for her first ever half marathon, and the back end of the race for her was a real struggle. First time at the distance. The emotion, a bit of an injury, all sorts. This time, she just loved it. She was on a high. I think she was hating her life for the first half, and by the end, she was like, I think, what was it she said to us? The first half, she's saying, why am I even doing this? And by the end, she was like, right, what am I signing up for next?
Yeah.
So that's the bug you get, isn't it? When
Her heart rate did go into the 190s.
Oh, she was working her.
And what did she say?
So.
She said, I nearly had a heart attack at 15.
So I nearly had a heart attack at 15. Then will we talk about the post-race disaster?
Another one.
This, folks, is your worst ever race companion post-race.
Listen.
We've got a golden rule after a race that we know does something positive. What is it?
Eat a banana.
Eat something. Eat a banana, but eat something straight after the race because you get this body crash that happens. Whether it's blood sugar, whether you've been tested, she's been tested for everything. And you finished with a big smile on your face, walking down, taking in a bit of the sunshine, having the time of your life. Absolutely fine. Walking back up to the house, and you were a bit like, not feeling great. I'm just going to go upstairs, get showered. Didn't see you for the next...
Rested till the next day.
7 hours, 8 hours, sick.
It is the most bizarre thing. Like Ryan said, I've been tested for everything under the sun. I'd actually be really keen to hear if this happens to anyone else, because I fuel well. I really do. I eat loads before. I drink water all the time. I took a gel before and 3 during that I've trialed a gazillion times. I don't underfuel at all. And it sometimes happens to me and it sometimes doesn't. And I think I'd said to you, I think it hadn't happened to me in quite a long time. So I became complacent. I've had races where I get this full body crash and I'm out for a day and a half and like not well at all.
It happens quick. Like how many times have we cancelled like the post-run
I've not been able to go
lunch
for lunch and but the 2 marathons that I've done, I think because we're so not wanting it to happen and it's a marathon and what could happen
you
to me.
You respect the distance and the effort more.
Ryan shoves a banana in my face 2 minutes
Not
after. It's 2 minutes after you've finished a marathon, and if you've run that distance, you know that's the last thing you want. But yeah, this time I walked home. I think I maybe didn't eat for about half an hour.
It's 25-minute walk.
Yeah,
Back up.
maybe about 45 minutes. So I should have had something to eat, but I felt like I hadn't pushed by the end of it. Like,
Yeah.
see, when I finished, I was like, knew there was more there. I felt great. I felt with it. Usually when I finish, I feel a bit like a bit fuzzy, not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, and in this case, we were waiting in Macy, so you're not concentrating on you particularly. You had to chat with Ellie at the Brookstall. So
Oh, yeah,
there's
it's-
15-20 minutes passing where if you'd just be on your own, you'd be like, right, I need to eat. But you were busy.
Yeah, we got sidetracked, walked back, and I'm actually just going to be TMI on here. If you don't like gross talk, then skip ahead a couple of minutes. But starts with like a really crampy tummy, and then I'm like on the toilet for the rest of the night. Really,
Say it. Shitting your brains out.
no, really bad diarrhea, really, really bad. But like, really, listen, it's in case there's a
Do you
doctor.
want to sing that advert?
Yeah. It's in case there's a medical professional on here that goes, I know exactly what that is.
God, Alexandra's shitting herself. Let's get to her rescue.
Listen, so really bad cramps, and then I can't take on water, anything like that, and then I start vomiting. Like, it's awful. And at one point, this happens to me quite a lot.
Especially my sisters.
Yeah,
Many
every
times
time at
I've been
London. Like 5 times.
And that's 4 of them. You've
Yeah.
ended up being sick and
Yeah.
shitting all over the place.
It's absolutely not, Ryan.
That's true.
That's too much. That is too much.
That's true. Shut the bed.
But really, really did not feel good at all. And at this point, during this episode, I said, I was honestly thinking, I'm going to need to go to the hospital here because I felt like I was going to die at a point.
And that's the bit that's hard at the time to deal with because you're so dramatic as well as Noel.
No, right. Let's take that back, Ryan.
No, you really are. You told
Take
me you
it
were going
back.
to... Right, but you told me at 8:30 you were going to die and you woke me up at 2 a.m. eating a packet of hula hoops. So how can that? How can
Ryan,
they do things?
you're an actual prick.
2 packets of hula hoops. Sitting crunching in the bed at 2
Right,
in the morning.
Ryan. It wasn't 2 a.m. Listen, I cannot with you because these people are going to think I'm lying about this. It's not. Listen, I'm not even going to bite.
Listen.
I'm not going to bite. I was very unwell. I don't know. I don't know why it happens to me, but I couldn't eat. And it was about 10 o'clock at night. Thank you very much. I hadn't eaten all day since I ran the half marathon, and I thought I was getting better. I had a heat pack on. I'd managed to drink a sugary tea.
Who ran about
Yeah.
helping
Okay. Right. Okay. That's fine. We understand. I would do it for you.
Who came in to rub your back and you got raging?
Right. Ignore him. About 10 o'clock, I thought I could maybe take some hula hoops on. So I had a couple of wee bags of hula hoops. Fucking shoot me. I just ran, just got a PB.
Family bags chewing my mouth open.
And yeah, horrible. Don't know why it happens, but I'm going to have to go back to...
But we do need to get to the bottom of it because it's like a...
Oh, it's awful.
It's a dampener on the back of like so many races.
It's also such a... It's scary. Like when you're... And I'm not talking about it's a few times. I'm in the bathroom every 20 to 30 minutes.
That, all joking aside, because I'm a wind up, but that running, like you're so sick, like actually physically sick, to the point where I'm thinking, how can you even have anything?
I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything in there.
It's something we need to try and...
Yeah.
Or you need to get back to having something to see if you can rule out that's the issue.
Yeah. When you talk to the doctors, they're just like, right, so you feel fine the next day and you're still able to run. You were able to run the race.
Like
you're healthy.
PB at
that's
12,
fine.
you're that sick, you're going to die, and then you're eating hula hoops at 3 a.m. Like, it's a hard medical diagnosis.
It is, but yeah. Anyway, still got a PB, so...
PB.
Up a lot, yes.
And you never, so... These are good medals.
Yeah, they are.
Run through to a decent medal. But, yeah. Quite an expensive race, though, for what you get. What was it?
£48?
Nearly 50 quid. No T-shirt.
And they don't close any roads.
Which I don't really care about. They don't close the roads. Again, that was a revelation, because see when you're running in the front group, you're not crowded, so you don't need to go on the road, really. You're just running the pavements. But when I saw that video, I'm like, people are dodging cars all
Oh,
over
yeah?
the place. £50 for a race that the roads are not closed is, I think, quite controversial. Because I was looking at the Great Scottish Run, wasn't I? And wanting to, there's a segue. What's next?
Yeah, what is next?
Thinking about what's next, I was looking at the Great Scottish Run for more of an autumn goal. And I'm saying to you, that's expensive. Was that £42 or something like that?
Yeah, maybe a bit more.
Maybe a wee bit more, but closed roads, as you said.
Yeah.
Closed roads,
T-shirt, medal.
It's better value than
It is.
than that.
It is. I think running is expensive. So is anything. A bag of mini eggs is £2. You know what I mean?
The humanity.
It's inflation.
Shrinkflation. You only get about 3 mini eggs in the
I
bag.
know, raging.
So what is next then? Because you've actually already you dive straight back in.
Yeah. So as soon as I stopped pooing my pants, I was right on. What can I do in the next kind of 4 or 5 weeks? Because I had that positivity. It wasn't, oh fuck, I didn't get what I wanted there. Let's go again. Because I think that can be a bit stupid. Actually, it was. Let's take all the positives. There's something there. Let's do this in another 4 or 5 weeks, and hope and pray. You're right when you say everything has to be so perfect, doesn't it? You have to feel good. Everything has to work out. The wind, the weather, the conditions, the course. It all has to fall into place. So I'm quite happy to accept that. Let's just give it another bash. So I have signed up for the Up and Running.
Up and Running Glasgow Running Festival.
Yeah. So this is a new thing though, isn't it?
This is their first time doing this, I believe, this festival. So it's a number of different races.
All the distances.
Is this the one that's got the beer run?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Do you think we should have a look?
I think they've got the beer run. I'll have a wee look in a minute. I think they've got the beer run as part of it. They're doing a series of races, and Up and Running are really pushing the sort of boat out with the types of events that they're putting on. I've been looking all week, and I messaged Sammy, who was the founder, just a couple of days ago to see if we can get him on here at some point to have a chat about the Scottish running show that they're going to bring to the SEC.
Yeah.
So that's a running like the national running show in Birmingham, but bringing a Scottish flavour to it, and obviously at a different scale to start with. But they've confirmed their speakers. I saw Johnny Davis as one of the confirmed speakers. There's a few. They've already got a few speakers lined up over a weekend, and I'd really love to get him on, just even for our
promotion.
Because we had our resale last week. If events are coming, we want to get behind them. Like Mygo, Brooks are going to Mygo a week on Monday.
Yeah.
Which we'll try and share and push out on the stories and stuff. And we want to get to all these things if we can, and try and, but to bring an actual running expo type idea, and that's I said it last week, that's to me what should be part of the Edinburgh Marathon.
Yeah.
They're not managing that at any scale, but this will be something standalone. So hopefully they can come tell us a wee bit more about it, because I think if I was going to buy a ticket, I'd want to know, what am I going to?
Yeah.
Speakers, right, fine and well. You might know the people, you might not. But what else is going to be there on offer for your value for your ticket? But I saw they're also putting on a bun run.
Yeah.
A take on a fun run. Taking in 3 bakeries in Glasgow, 3 or 4 bakeries. And it's a social run, but ticketed, pace groups, and they're stopping at all the bakeries. They're working in tandem with local businesses, right?
Yeah, it's great.
That doesn't sound like something that would be overly appealing to me. I wouldn't sign up for it.
Yeah.
But see the response on their Insta and on their TikTok, that's gone gangbusters. You can see just what's that doing? That's taking away any competitive, I can't race, and opening up these organised events to people that might be at a different point or don't want the running PB pressure and all that.
Yeah.
And I could see that's taking social running in a different direction, and good on them. They're trying all sorts of things. All these events are regular, and I know I keep talking them up, but we need more of it.
But it's nice because they're appealing to all different kinds of people, and people run for all different sorts of reasons. And there's a race for you, a flat and fast race in the green, but then there's also to fill your tum at the same time as you run.
And they did the couples run at Valentine's Day, and And don't get it confused. You don't get it twisted with what's going on in the running scene right now. North Lanarkshire just had to cancel their Motherwell half marathon that ran for the first time last year, or their 10k, because of funding, costs, closing roads. And so it's not easy for organisers putting these things on, which is why I'm all in favour of, we want a selection of events. Running's exploded in popularity.
Yeah.
So I'm all up for them trying to disrupt the scene a bit, and I think they really are doing a good job of embedding themselves. They're out in Edinburgh as well. So I've not done any of their events, I don't think, but I've been at a couple.
I have either.
I've seen a couple, I've supported a couple, and I would like to get along to one. I know you were trying to chivvy me along to yours, so I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah. Why do you think you've not signed up for it?
Oh, I didn't sign up for it when you were signing up for it because I was in a huff. So that was that was easy.
Yeah.
I just couldn't think of anything worse than that day of signing up for another one. But for
It's
me,
not completely off the cards. I can see it in your eyes.
Do you know, the first thing I like to look at when a race is not going to plan is what could you have done?
Yeah.
What was in your control? So there was a couple of different things there when I reflected on that, because you can't control the wind. You can't control the conditions. You can't control a log jam with people.
Yeah.
All of these things are external, and if that ruins your day in terms of a time, what are you going to do? There's nothing. You can rage against the machine. That happened. What I can control is my mentality.
Yeah.
Piss poor on the day, properly stroppy. Preparation. I should have known the time for 1:30, the pace, because that might have changed the mental story that I was telling myself. But also, then I look back at my training, not enough work at the top end for me. Coming back from an injury, it's been a slog back, and actually I think I'm a bit fear of the actual effort needed. See that being comfortable, being uncomfortable. When I was running really, really well, I got in a great place with that. I was doing 2 sessions a week where I was frying myself, recovering well. Now I'm doing the speed sessions. I was doing the speed sessions on my plan, but I was hitting the paces quite comfortably for a 1:28, so everything looked like it was on track. What I wasn't doing, looking at my Garmin and looking at my tracker, is I'm not getting into that anaerobic zone. Right? Not to get too geeky about zones and whatnot, but if you're going to do it's like make your easy days easy, make your hard days really hard, so that that builds your capacity. I don't think I'm taking myself to the upper limit a bit. So when I'm out the huff and thinking about signing up for that race, it's, do I have enough time to put in enough quality work to change the experience on the day?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go and run another 1:38.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think there was no much fun on the day for me with that. I was pretty disappointed. So it's just trying to make a good decision now based on how much time do I need. I don't want to leave it to September or October to race again.
Yeah.
I've got 2 10Ks in June that I signed up for 2 weeks apart, stupidly. Run the Toon and the Brian Goodwin. So yeah, another race in between would be good to keep me focused, but I'm just not there yet.
I think the only way that you'll maybe do it is jumping in with me and trying to just maybe run with...
Doing it as a long run.
Yeah, doing it with me and trying to help me around that kind of last...
Or if I can get, because of we had our first run, I had my first run back last night after the half, trying to take the time to rest and not be silly and try and work out a bad run. It's sitting, it just doesn't work. But if I could get 2 or 3 weeks behind me of 2 good speed sessions a week, or a good speed session and a good tempo session, and I start to feel like I'm moving it, I'd maybe then go, I'll sign up late.
Because like you're saying, it's for you, it's kind of getting comfortable, feeling uncomfortable, and unless you go in and run and get to that uncomfortable place, you're not got as much experience. So it's like, go there, run uncomfortable, and maybe just forget about the time, and then
and it's coming back for me at 5k. I've done it. I did the, what was the race we did?
The relay, the Alan Scally.
I did that, and I pushed a park run too. And those times are down, and it's like my head's telling me you can sustain that for 5k, and that's getting me into that anaerobic place that I need to be. But actually my paces for my speed work should be higher than, again. So yeah, I know where I need to go. I've not completely ruled that out yet, but I actually don't have a plan yet for moving forward.
Yeah.
The things that impacted you, I think, were the externals.
Yeah.
and you hope you don't get that again in a day, and you might. But you might not, and if you don't, I think with a fair wind, pardon the pun intended, I think you've got a real sporting chance.
Yeah, so if you are doing it, I want to know who's doing it. I think
Yeah.
there'll be quite a good group of people doing it. I think it's a local one, and let us know if you are coming down to that to support or to run. It's a nice one as well because it is obviously loop, so you do tend to see people in that. That kind of spurs you on. So
Yeah,
we
it's
go
always
again.
lovely to see people being bumping into a lot more people at Park Run as well. Oh, I got my N. That's something worth talking about.
Oh yeah,
When I was down there, I had the worst named Park Run in the UK.
yeah.
Nonsuch. If you're one of the people that made a joke, you should be ashamed of yourself. But I went there without a clue what Park Run was like. I had a pair of Adidas Evo SLs on. And it turns out I went to a really muddy, wet, soggy trail run.
Yeah.
And I was skating.
The cross country spikes were out.
Skating all over the place. Running easy anyway. I said that to you. I'm like, you just came to spectate. You didn't want to do a shakeout. I think you were just shaking off the last of not feeling great too. So we went and started running. And it takes you 2 loops, takes you around onto this. Honestly, it was up to my ankles in muck and like splashing water. And then you need to do that twice. And I was like, just running easy. Last K, I wanted to do a wee lift because I'd strides on my plan. I thought,
No, that wasn't why
right,
you
wait
were
a
doing
minute.
it.
No, wait a minute. Let me defend myself before you start attacking. I had strides in the plan, so I had to do a wee lift. And I thought, I'm just going to pick up my last K a wee bit. And when I started to pick up my last K, I think I picked up from about 800 metres. And the guy in front of me, or a few in front of me, when I caught him, started chasing me, trying to overtake
Right,
me.
he was maybe had strides on his plan too.
No, he got Billy Big Boss and he said, "You're not passing me, wee man." And what did I say? I said, "Here, hold that, wee man." And I went faster. And what did he do, Al? What did he do?
He went faster again.
He sped up again. So what did I do?
You bet him to the line.
I got to 2:48 a K. Sprint finish.
Yeah, you nearly knocked over
So
the volunteer.
he sped up again. We got into a proper ding dong sprint finish. I hit 2:48 a K the day before I meant to be doing a half marathon for about 100 and something. Oh, well, I wasn't holding that pace for the whole time. I did enough to break his spirit and I said, "Here, hold that, wee man." But I nearly ran into the marshal that was doing the funnel. Didn't see her. It was like round a twisty wee bit. And you got it in camera, didn't you? Wonder if we can insert the clip. Idiot.
Was it worth it?
It was absolutely worth it. Did you see him slinking away? He looked mortified and he was done. And see if you're watching this, so you should be.
Hope you're happy with yourself.
Well, do you know what? Know your place, wee man.
Right, what's next on our agenda?
We have a new segment.
New segment.
Oh, I like that. Can you sing Confessions and I'll clip it?
Confessions.
But Confessions turned into Confessions and Questions. So can you give me that one?
Confessions and questions.
I'm clipping that up and using it.
I tried to do happy and a bit sinister too.
So I set up. We did the Would You Rather last week, and it's okay. But
Yeah.
like, we will be over the course of
We're trialing stuff.
Exactly, over the course of the first few weeks, we're going to find our groove and
Yeah.
what works for us, and try and bring. Oh, obviously, we're doing this video format for the first time, and try and bring a wee bit more production
Yeah.
into it, some sounds, and anyway, we'll get there with that. So this week, what I tested out was sharing a link through the pod page, asking for runner confessions, but some people used the anonymous link, and it is an anonymous link. Can't see.
Oh, I've not seen any of these.
I know, and again, that's because this is like the bits I'm keeping away, so it's in real time and not
Yeah.
a prepared answer. But they truly are anonymous, so I don't know who said what. What I didn't realise is that when you put the question box on Instagram, you know how it's limited what you can write and limited by characters. I think this link system, I'd seen somebody else using it previously, is the exact same.
Okay.
So they're short. What I will do is next week I'll share the email for the podcast too. And if you've got something longer that you'd like to share and remain anonymous, I promise you I'll anonymise it. So we got a couple of questions, we got a couple of confessions, and I thought,
Wait, you had a couple of confessions.
and also a couple of
Questions.
Perfect. So the first person that asked a question rather than sending in a confession is asking about issues they're having getting their 5k time under 25 minutes. So somebody who's been training for a while, consistently trying to get under there. I think reading between the lines, they're close, but can't make that final over the line to get a sub 25 and asking for advice. And I am going to preface this by saying I'm not a coach. Alex reminded me of that on another podcast. Alex does have some coaching experience. So, but what we both are is experienced now in running, and actually that this kind of target. What I'm going to say is it doesn't matter if you're trying to get sub 25, if you're trying to get sub 23, if you're trying to get sub 20. This is an issue that everybody will get. And there's also, everybody's got that one time, if you're trained long enough, that's really tough to get under. Like I remember trying to break for me the magical one was the sub 25k. Took me, honestly, I couldn't even count the attempts. Well into the dozens before I actually got there.
Yeah.
So I made all the progress, and then I just hit that plateau where I couldn't dip the line. So it's not this. I think the advice I'm going to give you is from my lived experience of just trying to get under a time, 25 minutes in this case. Probably heard the dog shaking his ears there. So in this case, it's a sub 25, 5k, but I think this could be for, doesn't matter. This could be a sub 1 hour, 10k or whatever. I'm going to ask you to go first. What advice would you give you've had your running group with the Girls Run Club, people that were progressing. What would you tell them?
A sub 25 is hard, right? I think the majority of people that we see on social media run a lot faster than a sub 25, right? But a sub 25 is very fast. It's a very fast average time for a woman. This could be a man or a, but if, I mean, for a man, I think, what's the average time
It's
for a
still
30k, for a 30k?
No, for a
5k.
For a park run, that's still well under the average
For
time.
a male as well, isn't it? Yeah. So I think
30 odd minutes, like it's 30 something minutes.
yeah, and I
is the
think for a
average.
woman it's like 36 or something, maybe 34 or something. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is a sub 25 is really fast, and I think some people listen to that and go, sub 25.
You're spot
The
on.
first thing I think of a sub 25 is it's a scary number, and I'll tell you for why. To get a sub 25, you need to go from 5 something a kilometre, and
feel
you
like
have
I
to
should put
slip.
some massive music under this, like you're on one and you're on your soapbox.
You need to slip.
Here it comes.
You have to slip into the 4 somethings per kilometre. And I've been there where it's terrifying to get from, I need to run a 5 something, you go, I need to run a 4 something. What? And this was the half marathon for me, is I need to keep it in the 4s. No chance, right? First piece of advice is forget that. Forget that, because I think from 5 to 4:59 or whatever you need to do sounds scarier than it actually is. It's not actually that much. It's just that switch on what you see on your watch.
That's here.
It's all there, yeah. I'm not the best 5k runner. I always say that. I hate pushing and I hate being in pain. I think if this is at a park run, did they say park run?
It didn't say, just said sub 25 5k, so it could be somebody running individually, it could be park run, it could be.
I think with a sub 25, remember that it is fast. Get yourself further up the field. See if it's a park run. I'm terrible at thinking, oh, I don't belong up the front, and then I get caught and then it shaves 20, 30, maybe more, a minute off my time because I'm trying to get up to the people who are actually running at that pace. It's a quick pace. So do believe that you're a bit faster than you actually are. Get yourself to the front if it is on a park run. I think you'd probably be better as to kind of how to, you're much better at pacing a 5k.
Yeah, right, okay. So I don't know if this person's run races, and I'd imagine that's a scary place to start where you would find a pacer, but park run's less scary than a race. If you've not been to one of them, get there. First weekend of the month, a lot of park runs have got a pacer. And that experience of like picking the 25-minute pacer and literally sticking to their hip as close as you can, that's a great way to get yourself into the rhythm of that pace without having to watch the watch every 2 minutes, because this is one of the biggest things I found trying to get the time down. I'm not going fast enough. I'm not going fast enough. You're expending energy. You're wasting time. You're not concentrating on running
Yeah.
because you really feel like you're on your limit. See if you follow a pair of heels. You say that to me. You like to just pick a pair of heels and go after it. So park run to me would be the place to do it. And if park run feels scary, maybe a run club also feels scary. But it's getting around people to me that are also running
Yeah.
at that level will help. The other part of that though is, see when you go to the park run and chase the 25-minute pacer the first time, don't try and run at 4:59 a k, because then you're on that limit. There's so little scope for manoeuvre. Or if you're going out the door and just running this, go faster. Start off. I'm a believer, you can't burn all your matches at the start. So I'm not being stupid here. I'm not saying go and run a 4:30 a k or anything like it, but run a 4:50 first k. Get yourself into that, because your legs turn and you will tire. No doubt you'll tire, but there's a difference between tiring from 4:50 back to 4:55 than being 4:59, which will still feel really hard anyway. And then any drop off, you're out that limit. And if you can't manage it the first time, that's okay. Follow the pacer 1 month. See if you can hold them for 2k. Okay, brilliant. 4 weeks later, and that's a nice window. The worst thing you can do is go out and try and do it every day. So many new runners try and beat their 5k constantly. You need to get back to the training blocks. Get yourself a speed session a week. It doesn't need to be fancy. It can be 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Build it up to 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off.
And that can be at park run and building your experience at park run
or
as well.
It can be out lampposts to wherever, like for a minute. But they should be significantly under the pace you're trying to run. Significantly quicker, because you're only doing 1 minute reps with a 1 minute rest. So run them at, like, I don't know. There's a site called VDOT that you can put in your target time or your current time, and it'll break down your training splits that you should be aiming for to achieve that. That can really help. Free site, you just type in VDOT, put in the time you want, and look down, and it'll give you what a 400 meter rep should look like, what a 1k rep, etc. You'll get there. You will get there. But don't get hung up on it. It's a great point. That sub 25 times become normalised by what you see in the internet is not reflective of the general running population. Most runners will never have a running page.
Check your time relative to the park run results when you run a sub 25
Yeah.
and then thank me later.
Yeah, but you need to put in that work above the pace or below the pace, faster than the pace through the week, and make your attempts at that spread out. Don't try and do them. You can't run one park run after the other faster every week. It just doesn't work. You need the mixture of those sessions. Yeah, and get yourself a wee plan. If you're into it enough and you don't have a structured plan, even if it's a 3 run a week plan, just get a bit of structure so that every run's not ambling, and you need to be getting those adaptations that you're looking for, and the anaerobic, the easy stuff, and that a wee plan will help.
Yep.
It doesn't even need to be a paid thing. A generic enough plan might help there.
Yeah.
So that was one of the questions. The next
question
is about our shoe rotation, which I don't know how interesting this is, except that it links back to something I was going to talk about. So somebody's asking us what our current or preferred shoe rotation is. So I've pulled a few shoes in here.
I wondered why there were so many shoes.
I also missed one of yours, because you have... We'll talk about yours in a minute. Right, I'm going to show you what my current rotation looks like. Easy runs. So the Asics Nova Blast 5 is my easy run shoe. Find that a really good all-rounder. A wee bit heavier than I'm used to running in, because I spent a lot of time running in carbon plates, which messed bits of my feet up, but it's very, very comfortable underfoot. I find it quite stable. They say you can pick up to tempo pace in it. I find it a bit of a struggle getting up to the paces I would like in it.
When they're older.
Yeah, they were very good at the start, but I found they lost life fairly
Very quickly. Yeah.
But definitely a good all-rounder. And see if my legs are feeling fatigued, I'd like to stick them on, because I feel like they're really kind to your feet. They absorb so much. They're very spongy. So really good shoe.
Good first pair of running shoes.
Yeah, I'll do my longer, easier runs. If I'm doing an easy long run with no real big pace segments, tends to be a
With me.
with Alex, run with Alex, look at my Strava. My everyday workhorse, Adidas Evo SL. I think everybody in their dug has a pair of these shoes now. Incredibly good value for money, no carbon plate, spongy. You've got a wee different perception of them of me so far.
I'm
love
selling
them.
mine on Vinted.
I love them. I would take these up to half marathon with no issues at all. I think you can do speed work in them, and I have been. This is as little as I've ever run in carbon at the moment because I'm doing a lot of my speed work in these as well. I'm doing tempo. I can even easy run, and I feel there's enough support in them. So I've got 2 pairs.
I'm a student physio, so I get a lot of videos about shoes and if they're good for your body mechanics. And these,
You've never mentioned you're a physio.
I'm not a physio yet.
You've never mentioned.
And these are not. And that's the kind of general consensus that people are getting now, just because of like this kind of like medial side. There's a big dip in here, so physios and people like that are getting a lot of people wearing these shoes coming in with like lateral sole pain around the outside of their foot, really bad arch pain because there's not a lot of support in them at all. And I wore them for a long run. And I can't take them past 10k without, and I had really bad pain on the soles of my feet. So I think you bought me these for Valentine's Day, and I really wanted to try them.
Romantic gem.
Really wanted to like them. They feel great on your feet. They really do feel comfortable. But I'll not wear them on the roads again because of how much pain they were causing me. And then I done a calf wearing these. I was getting pain up the shin wearing these. So it's just about it's about you, isn't it?
There's nothing to. People would push you towards get your running gait done. I'm just sharing what mine is here. I don't tend to have major issues with like stability on shoes, and I've got no overpronation or.
Oh, he runs perfect.
I don't have any major issues with shoes. I love these. I've got 2 pairs. I'm going to buy another couple of pairs because these are really good for every day. Current ratio, which is
You're putting them in the bin.
Adidas Adizero Pro 4. Adidas Adizero Pro 4. This is what I raced in. I've been doing my 5k efforts in them. I ran them in to make sure that I didn't make the mistake I'd made the previous year of running and in a new pair of shoes and get my feet absolutely fried. I want to love these. I really like the feeling of them. I love them at 5k. I even like them at 10k. Got hot spots again, really bad blisters, even though I've run them in. I'd already done like 40 odd miles or 50 miles in them before the race. Hot spots again. There's something about the Adidas shoes, and I've had a pair of these. And these
but it wasn't even Adidas the last time.
But these are, I know it wasn't Adidas, but these were a full size up. But I had the 3 version of these, and I sized up a full size, which is much better on the toe box for me. They feel great on the road. They really launch you forward. Not as much as the Alpha Flies, which I've worn before, and I don't really know why I keep moving away from them. But yeah, I don't know. I want to love them. I want them to love me back because I do love them, but they just don't love me back. It's like Alex. So that's what I'm wearing just now. I've got a pair of Alpha Flies upstairs that are very lightly worn, but I have made a wee mental decision that I think I'm going to go back to Vapors and Alphas for racing because I don't really know. I moved away from them because they're so expensive. They're so pricey, but I've never had a single issue.
Yeah.
Like with my feet because of them. Except overtraining in carbons. Don't do it, folks. Alex is running in different stuff from me, and I forgot to bring in. You want to talk about your Bostons because I've not brought them in, but you've not done much in them.
No, again, Boston's and the Adizero, the black
Evo SL.
The Evo SL. I don't love. I think I'd wear them on the track. I think I'd wear them for an easy 5k, but I don't think I'll take them past that distance. Boston's and the Evo SL.
You found them quite firm as well, didn't you? Like underfoot.
Yeah, not a lot of support. There's nothing under there for the kind of like cushioning or anything like that. I don't feel like they're particularly fast. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
You're ready to stick the heat in them.
I'm showing my shoes. So really dirty, apologies, but new long run shoes are the Nike Vomero Zooms. They're all right. They're all right.
You were influenced by one of our running heroes,
Yes, Louise.
Nana Louise.
Yeah, so got them. I think I like them. They're very comfortable. And yeah, they're good for a longer run. A longer easy run. I'm not having the best of luck with shoes just now, to be honest. I can't find anything that I really love.
Your ratio?
Apart from, I'm getting there. I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha through and through. Favourite was the Alpha Fly 2s.
Complete with big stone.
Has
in
it
the
got
bottom.
a big stone?
Yeah.
You belter. That's from the half. Yeah, I mean, I love these shoes. If you don't wear them, when you put them on race day, you feel a difference. I do all my best running in them. I've had about 3 or 4 pairs. They're really, really expensive, but when you get them on a good deal, you can get them for about £150 if you wait for the new colourways.
I was looking for a pair I'm struggling to find. Although I actually got an email today saying 30% off in sports shoes of Nike today.
Yeah,
So
I love them. I'll run any distance in them as well. They take me around the marathon. I wouldn't wear any other shoe on a marathon. Yeah, they're my favourite.
okie doke. That was the sort of 2 questions that I thought were worth taking on. Then we got some.
Confessions.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the confessions. Some of them are very brief, but we can build around the edges, and you can tell me. You can tell me your take on it, and if you have any similar experiences. So, first one told me that they finished a race once with one sock on because the other one had to be used for a call of nature.
Fair.
Thoughts?
It never happened to me, but I do know other people it's happened to.
You have changed. Because if we would have been talking 2 years ago, you couldn't even have this discussion about runners and their toilet habits.
Well, I live with you now, so you've changed me, actually.
I've changed you with my bullshit. Yeah, I have experience.
You do.
Not a race. I had a very regrettable situation.
Do you want to tell them about it?
Just briefly.
Right.
I was out on I think just a tempo run, really hot day, I remember. And I was running in Uddingston, about 3k from home. And I made the decision, my stomach was starting to cramp and lurch a bit. I thought, oh, I'm in trouble here. But I was running past the pub, which would have been the last point that I could have embarrassingly gone in and said, can I use the bathroom? It was during the day, so I thought I could get home. I thought I could do the last 3k. I basically got another few hundred metres and had the worst stomach lurch and cramp of my life and had to duck in, if anybody knows Uddingston, in behind where the Redstone
Right,
Hotel is.
don't tell them where your
No,
jobby
I want
is.
them to know where my jobby is. And I had to go in, I had to turn the corner and hide behind a tree at the bottom of somebody's driveway.
Oh, I can't believe you're saying this.
And I had to shit. And I took my t-shirt off. And that was Mother Nature's lure for me, unfortunately. The t-shirt went in the bin at the next bus stop. Imagine being there waiting in the bus. And then when I got home, I realised I had a buff on. I'd forgotten for like sweat. I was actually so panicked about it all. I could have used that, and I never used a Lululemon t-shirt.
Poo lemon.
So that's the most expensive shit ending in Uddingston's ever had, because I lost a Lulu t-shirt. And my dignity, and a jobby at the bottom of somebody's driveway.
I mean, so respect to the person sharing that. Obviously, it does happen, but
I shared my experience online that day, and I don't think I've ever had as much engagement in my life as opposed to that one. Everybody came in with their own horror stories or judgment, so there you go.
sock is quite.
I don't think I'd be using my sock because, well, it depends where you are in the race. That's the bit of detail
Somebody's
that was
having
missing.
to take their shoe off while they're squatting.
How far in were you? And then you ran with one sock on. Like that's going to fry the feet if you.
No, I don't think that would be a race. Can it be a race? The only thing I'm thinking is that a girl, maybe they had a sports bra on and shorts and there was nothing else to take off and they've had to go, because surely a man would go for his shirt before he went for his sock.
But it may have been December.
Shit.
Can't even run about with the tit suit in December.
Yeah.
Freezing because you just had a jobby. So, anyway, do you know what? You've got my respect. That happens. Don't blame yourself.
Right.
I know people that do it in practically every run. They can't help themselves. They actually enjoy it. So,
Okay.
There you go. Did you write one in? Did you click the
No,
link?
no.
I've got one to call Alex out on here.
Right.
Somebody has written. What?
What?
You panicked?
No,
You look panicked.
I'm not.
Somebody has written, I don't actually like running.
Oh, I fucking feel you, sister.
What did you say to me 2 weeks
I
ago?
actually don't like running either.
She said, I actually don't like running. I said, well, why do you run? What did you say?
I like the attention.
And sometimes you mean it.
I do. I'm like that. I've just ran a marathon.
But I get this. How many of us out there are running that don't like running?
Hundreds of us.
I'm going to say I love it. I genuinely love it. I would do it even if you took my Insta page away. I would
Oh,
do it.
your Insta page.
Well, but I think some people actually genuinely run.
Just to have an Instagram.
I just because it becomes a defining thing about them. They like the attachment to it.
Yeah.
It makes it feel away. I don't. Yeah.
My Instagram page started off as a general fitness page. I used to be a personal trainer, and it started kind of there, and it's developed as I've changed what the exercise that I'm doing. So I do like running, but see, while I'm running, I don't like it. There you go. You have that.
Always.
90% of the time, I'm like, fuck it.
See, when I run, I get the. On most runs, I get the thank God I'm getting to do this,
Oh, I don't.
and it clears my head, and
Eh.
I feel good. I also enjoy I try not to make it something that defines me, because then when it's taken away through injury, I think that's a dangerous thing. Genuinely, like if you don't like running, my thing would be, why the hell are you running?
It's not like I hate running. I just sometimes think, while I'm doing it, I'm not like, woohoo, this is so fun. Like, I don't like running like I like eating. Do you know what I mean?
No, but you run because you like eating so
Yeah,
much.
exactly. Do you know what? I like exercising. I like challenging myself. And for this segment of my life, running is the thing that I'm pushing myself on, and I like to try and get better at it. But I'm not like, yee-haw, running's, I'm
Yee-haw.
loving this when I'm doing it. Like,
See, I love it. I genuinely love it.
and I don't, there's never actually, only a few times I would say in the last few years that I've been like, oh, geezer run. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need outside geezer run.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but after it, I'm like, oh, I needed that. I needed a little bit of fresh air. I needed a little bit of exercise. But no, if I didn't write that, I don't know who
genuinely
it
did wonder if
was.
that was you.
Oh, they're my soulmate.
I don't actually like running. Like, that's wild.
That's
because
hilarious.
you could do anything.
Please message me if that was you. Cause
I also think like we're in that world right now of like High Rocks is just. I mean, it's just been the weekend. I love seeing all the posts, but it's gone.
balls to the walls.
And I'm convinced from looking at the posts, the majority of people that did High Rocks don't like doing High Rocks, don't like the gym, don't like, but it's something to be ticked off, and because I get it. But if I really didn't like running, it's a bloody hard thing to do if you don't like it. Do something you like. Eat. It's pushing you to do some exercise, but you've got your soulmate here, because
Still do it though.
you do it. But I mean, I see the greeting to get you out the door.
That's not true. That's not true.
So that's this week's running confessions. Somebody shit their pants and somebody hates running. So welcome to our podcast about running. We've got more. We've got quite a few of these in, but I'm going to spread them out. So I think with that confession, we hate running and we love shitting our pants. I think that's us for a week.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. So next couple of weeks, head down training.
You'll maybe have decided if you're going to run the half marathon or not.
If Andy's got any recommendations of events in and around the 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, hit me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm lacking inspiration a wee bit.
Well, another episode done and dusted.
Yep. And thank you so much to everybody who has followed the page on your podcast platform. So whether that's Apple Music, Amazon, or Spotify, that really, really helps. I did have a peak because I can't help myself, and we hit the top 30 for running podcasts in the UK last week.
What,
off the
ours?
first episode, ours, in the first week. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
thanks, folks.
And that's coming from people that have just supported us right off the rip.
Yeah. Our
Oh.
friends.
All the sharing, and if you've not already followed the page and like
I've not
subscribed,
even followed the page yet.
this is the worst help there's ever been. That's what you can do to help us. We don't need anything else right now except your sharing if you're listening.
Yeah.
Let us know feedback. Some people are leaving comments on
The posts
the
and
posts
things.
and stuff. Yeah, and that's all the engagement stuff helps. We know
Yeah.
how that works. So thank you to those that did it. And if you've not already, please do that. Please follow us. Help us.
And we'll see you again in a couple of weeks' time.
We will see you on the next episode of SoleMates RunPod. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Cheers.